ตำนานลึกลับรอบโลกกับรายการ The M Files Unknown Mystery Around the World Case File 002 Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. What if the biggest secret on Earth wasn't buried deep in some jungle like Bigfoot, but was actually coiled in the ice-cold, ink-black water of a lonely Scottish loch? Today, we are plunging into the world-famous enigma of Nessie, better known as the Loch Ness Monster. This is a mystery spanning centuries, the puzzle of a colossal, long-necked creature often compared to a dinosaur. But what if all that excitement has been fueled by one of history's greatest hoaxes, hiding in the darkness for decades? Get ready, because we're pulling back the curtain on every scrap of evidence. Is this legendary beast a surviving plesiosaurus? Or is the truth something far simpler, like one enormous, slippery eel? Nessie is historically painted as a twin to the plesiosaurus, a sea-dwelling dinosaur long thought to be ancient history. The entire legend exploded with the 1934 surgeon's photograph. This is the iconic, spine-tingling image that locked Nessie into the global imagination for over 60 years, showing a sleek neck rising hauntingly from the surface. Our second piece of compelling proof arrived in the form of sonar traces. Throughout the mid-20th century, independent surveys repeatedly picked up massive, unexplained movements deep beneath the waves, something too big and too fast to be ordinary. Investigative. Finally, we have the flood of eyewitness accounts. Reports have poured in since 1933, ranging from a Scottish couple swearing they saw a monstrous, serpentine mass mid-loch, to sailors describing sudden, enormous waves appearing from nowhere in the still water. These stories built a powerful case for Nessie's reality. Yet, and here's the kicker, no genuine video footage has ever managed to capture definitive proof of her existence. Of course, where there are believers, there are sharp-eyed skeptics. Their central challenge: if this monster truly lives, why has no massive skeleton or body ever washed ashore? The loch, after all, isn't vast enough to conceal a secret that huge forever. This very question led investigators to peel back the layers on that legendary photograph. The Great Unmasking began in 1994. The bombshell dropped. The surgeon's photo was a complete fraud. The culprits were unmasked as Marmaduke Wetherall and his son-in-law, Christian Sperling. They constructed their fake Nessie. It became, and remains, a colossal hoax. Generally very questioned simultaneously, the hunt for biological evidence shifted to science. Researchers began sifting through the loch's water for DNA. A 2018 study found 0 genetic traces of any plesiosaurus. What they did find, however, was a surprisingly high concentration of eel DNA. The scientific hypothesis is simple. An extraordinarily large, fully grown European eel may have been the animal consistently mistaken for Nessie. This finding changed the entire narrative of the Nessie legend, shifting it from a prehistoric relic to a case of mistaken identity involving an overgrown local fish. For fans of true mystery, this might feel like a little bit of a letdown, right? Story, building tension. Even with the truth laid bare, The legend of Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, refuses to die. It's kept alive by two powerful forces: conspiracy theories and cold, hard cash. Conspiracy theory number one: it's all about the money. There is no denying that the mystery of Nessie is a colossal engine for Scottish tourism, churning out an estimated $80 million annually. When the stakes are that high, it's definitely worth keeping the monster's story alive, right? Conspiracy theory number two: rogue waves, not sea monsters. Some scientists suggest that those dramatic monster sightings might just be the terrifying phenomenon of a rogue wave, powerful enough to severely damage large boats. It's yet another scientific explanation that slams the door on the dinosaur believers. Conspiracy theory number three: the light is lying. Those terrifying glimpses of a huge shadow or creature might be nothing more than an optical illusion called the Fata Morgana effect. This light refraction warps distant objects, making them appear monstrously large, leading eyewitnesses to genuinely believe they've spotted the beast. Nessie is not alone in the Mystery Hall of Fame, just like all we know about the Kraken or the mermaid that appears to be only a misunderstanding and over-imagination of humans. Time and again, human imagination runs wild. These stories are a potent reminder that cultural mysteries endure, not just for what they might be, but for factors like economic value and the potent effect of a well-crafted hoax. The Nessie story is a fascinating cautionary tale about the power of fabrication and how a strong belief can sometimes overshadow science and proof. Even if we know it's probably a giant eel, when you stand at the edge of Loch Ness and peer into that impenetrable black water, how can you resist imagining Nessie swimming somewhere just below the surface? Do you think Nessie is an overgrown eel? Or do you still hold out hope for a surviving prehistoric dinosaur? Tell us in the comments, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the truth behind the next legend in episode 3. That's all for today. See you next time.